Join us on our search for anchorages in Maine. Today we left Pulpit Harbor and we went up behind Holbrook Island up by Castine.
What you doing out here?
Staying warm and trying to get stuff to cook on the grill.
Here's our new anchorage. We are getting some wind, but it is coming from the front. So the rolling is front to back, which is much nicer. We have a couple sailboats over there. We would be anchored like right over there, except there was a sailboat and another boat there. They left, and I guess we didn't want to pull anchor and just move. No?
No.
Not much fun to just pull anchor and move?
No, it takes half hour. So, it'll be just fine. The wind, I predict winds is going to blow like this or blow from that direction for a while, but
It doesn't matter if it's front to back.
And it's not worth a half an hour's worth of, So we're just fine. We're great.
Look at this. This is nice. Little chilly.
A little bit chilly, but no, this is nice trees on the beach. Just see a couple of boats, and yeah, it's great.
Okay, look at that.
Boy,
Success.
it'll be nice to make that grill work again. I don't know how many grills I've fought on boats.
Maybe it's not the grill.
You see the hash marks on yours there?
I do. I thought you were giving me the teeny tiny one.
No,
I'm glad you aren't.
That one's for me tomorrow, and this one's for me tonight.
You put seasoning on mine.
No, I did not.
I saw seasoning on it.
This one has no seasoning whatsoever. No seasoning whatsoever.
Okay.
I know it. This one does, and this one does. So you
Okay.
you do not want these.
Yeah.
This one is just plain
Hamburger and
Cos-
bacon and cheese.
And cheese. There you go.
What else do you need?
A little seasoning.
Holbrook Island is about 115 acres and it belongs to the Bureau of Parks and Lands. The island is for day use only and fires are not allowed. Pets are allowed on leash only. This is the first anchorage that we found that didn't have houses surrounding it. We really enjoyed it and it felt somewhat remote. We had some gorgeous sunsets and very peaceful evenings just hanging out. However, it wasn't so remote that we didn't get some fireworks. These came out of the city of Castine, which was real close.
It is a very nice day. It's just the right temperature, not intense sunshine. We have a sailboat here passing us by. It's just a nice day. Eric's in there trying to wake up. It's been pretty quiet in here till now. Just sailboats until these two arrived. Today has been like the perfect temperature day. Well, once we don't have a permanent bimini above us, so this is like a sun sail. That's what they call it, a sun sail that we put down. We can still see out, but it has just changed the temps. Have the books out, made reservations to pick up our daughter in a couple weeks. So we're making some decisions. We've enjoyed this anchorage because basically all you get here pretty much is boats. You can see Castine over there, but it's far away and it doesn't really impact our feeling of remoteness.
This little boat is with the Castine Harbor Tours, and they have Castine Harbor Tours. They have an oyster tasting tour, or you can just book an excursion to get out on the Holbrook Island.
So this guy's been around. He comes up and breathes heavy, and then he goes down for a long time.
This little island is Ram Island and owned by the Maine Coast Heritage Trust. It's about 6.5 acres, and camping is allowed in designated areas.
We have been really lazy, like really lazy. We have been here for 3-4 days, just laying around. I finished 2 books. I'm on the way through the 3rd. I haven't even been working on movies. I started a little bit on a movie. Hanging out in the sun, trying out new things, and now we think we should probably go do something. What button did you just...
The blowers for the engine room. Oh, here we go.
And now what are you turning off?
I'll turn the stabilizers on.
Ah. Here they are. We're going to need stabilizers. We aren't going that far.
No, but just matter of course. Just turn them all on, then I need to make sure the pump is running.
We have really enjoyed this anchorage. It's about as remote as we've been able to find. But now we are taking up the anchor, and we are going over there. We are going to put the anchor down tonight, make sure it's secure, and tomorrow I think we're going to go check out the town. So we are here. Castine is here. So we are going around and over here and into Smith Cove, and we're going to anchor there so that this way we can just take the dinghy straight over to Castine tomorrow. We've been anchored in 25 feet, and we've just been right here around from Holbrook Island. And off we go. It may be overcast, but it's still warm. And all you have to do is go around this point here, and we're going to be going in there.
See, the schooner Bowdine is right over there, so just to run us a little bit, warm things up, we're going to run over there and see her. And yeah,
Exciting, another boat.
it's a schooner. It's a windjammer that was not a wind. It's a schooner that was built in the 20s. It's been to the Arctic about 4 or 5 times.
Ooh.
It's part of it's the Maine state boat, and it's part of the Maine Maritime Academy. It's usually docked up over here in Castine, which is where we're going.
And there's the boat we're chasing down. And there you go. Cool looking boat. There's a lighthouse up there with those houses. Okay, we were right over here, and now we're going right over here. So although it felt kind of remote, it wasn't too far from houses. I could live in Maine if I could live on the water. And there's a little taxi shuttle. And we're coming into the channel, into town. Here's the other side of the cut. We were anchored on the other side over there, and we could see the town through that cut. So this is the side what we could see from here. Oh, they were looking at us. Mooring ball field over here. More mooring balls. So we cannot anchor in here because there's just way too much current, which is why they have so many mooring balls here. We think we know where we're bringing the dinghy in. Eric's telling me that this is how we know there's so much current, because of how this is setting. And once again, we've got all these little tiny sailboats that we're going to have to dodge. We're going to anchor over here by these sailboats. There's a couple that have mooring balls, but a couple that are anchored. It's still not houses quite on top of you. They're up in the hills. Not as remote, but it's pretty nice. That's the other cut that we could see from our previous anchorage. Here's another view of where we are. We're the green boat. Today we are headed over to Castine. It is a historical town. It predates Plymouth by 7 years. So we'll go check it out and see what it's like. Distin got a haircut yesterday. She's feeling a little bit better. And we are off.
To see Castine. Castine, Maine. Pretty historic place. I mean, there's been a lot going on here for a long time, considered America's history. Yeah.
Distin. Marine Maritime Academy. It's right here in this city. Okay, we are at the dinghy dock. There's Eric. He's carrying up our 2 bags of garbage that we've accumulated since leaving Boston. Our dinghy's just tied up here at the dinghy dock. A very nice guy came to help us make sure that we knew what we were doing. So now let's go see what's going on. Oh look, it looks like they take passengers. Or maybe that's the academy. First thing we see is a food place. It's always a good sign. There's a little place here where everybody's eating. Oyster tasting, destination trips, Wednesday evenings. 5 p.m. departure, $100 per person. You cruise to Tapley Cove Oyster Farm for oyster tasting and oyster education. And I'm guessing they don't take dogs. They have waterfront restrooms even. That's kind of cool. We're headed over here to go pay for the garbage. It's $2 a bag. When you first walk out here, there's a whole map along with different brochures.
We start at the dinghy dock, and then we drop our garbage off, and then we head on up to Main Street.
They have a little restaurant over here and a bookstore, a gallery. There's a record store up here.
Cassettes. So their curbstones are granite from the granite quarries that are around Penobscot Bay. So instead of having to form cement, they just use the local materials. That's cool.
Then we go up Main Street, take a right onto Court Street, and go up into the town commons.
Oh, this is an inn.
This inn was built in 1894, and it was the original home of the Maine Maritime Academy in 1941.
We're at the Castine Post Office, U.S. Postal Service.
The bells are ringing in the Trinitarian Congregational Parish of Castine spire. The parish was built in 1829, and the spire was added in 1867.
It's noon.
We started our tour going up Main Street, and now we're taking a right onto Court Street.
So this is Emerson Hall. It's their town hall.
Emerson Hall, the town office, was built in 1901. It was built in memory of Henry Emerson of North Castine.
What's that?
World War II. I don't believe it's a memorial, but I think it's just not World War II. Those are served from this town in World War II.
Here's a memorial for World War I. In memories of soldiers and sailors from Castine who offered their lives in the war for the preservation of the Union, 1861 to 1865. And the Castine Historical Society is up there.
Now we leave the town commons, backtrack onto Court Street, and then head up Main Street all the way up to Battle Avenue. Since the 1620s, Castine has been occupied continuously as the site of numerous trading posts, forts, missions, and permanent settlements of the France, Holland, England, and colonial America.
The Maine Maritime Academy.
Next, we turn left on Battle Avenue, and we head all the way up to the Dice Head Lighthouse. This is Fort George. It was central to a little-known American military disaster that is still studied today by the United States Armed Forces. Interestingly enough, it did not make it into our mainstream history courses. The rebel forces suffered a disastrous defeat due to a series of delays and poor decisions by the American commanders. One of these commanders was Paul Revere, who was court-martialed.
We're right here. The Elms at Castine, 1895, 76 Battle Avenue. Originally built for Commodore Arthur Fuller of the Boston as Allview. In 1900, it was redesigned for new owners by Henry Paston Clark into a classic shingle and stone cottage. Previous owners had two daughters, survived the Titanic sinking in 1912.
Wow.
Valerius, Vallerius, 1924, 64 Battle Avenue. The Pink Palace, originally pink stucco, Mediterranean villa designed by William Lawrence Bottomley, Spanish Revival style. So way off. Thought we were in France, but we're in the Mediterranean. Close.
And we have found the lighthouse.
Die Head Lighthouse, 1928. It's still an active navigation aid.
The lighthouse is a private residence. Us Alaskans would call these Sitka roses. I'm kind of wondering if they call them Sitka roses here.
After the lighthouse, we walked down Perkins Street, took a right on Pleasant Street, and walked back down to the docks.
So this one's called Stone Cottage. We just met the owner. Very cute. Look at this. Look at their view.
Yeah, it's like a coat of arms on it, and like what you'd see in London with the wood and the plaster in between. But then you get to the front and all those windows.
Think it's British?
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
Check that out. I bet you that's where they watch the fireworks.
Here's some Holland influence.
Fort Madison.
Fort Madison once was a strategic fort in the War of 1812. Now it's a public park located on the water.
I wonder what type of trees these are. Kind of cool. We're along the row of houses when we came in where all the boats were moored in front of them. If you look way out there where that sailboat's anchored, that's where we were anchored. And we walk some more. Hutchins Educational Center. There's a wood shop, an engine company, and a village blacksmith. Smells like it's a blacksmith. Wood shop, antique boats. Could lose Eric in here for a bit. Look at that. That's cool. And then check out this English garden. Not too often you see these. Here landed November 6, 1611, the first Europeans positively known to have set foot on these shores.
So, looks like the Maine Maritime Academy is getting a lot of dock work done. And then you can see the Bowden. My pronunciation has been corrected by the folks here in Castine, but that's the Bowden schooner that we've seen in Potts Harbor, and we built in like D-22 and has been to the Arctic a couple times, like 4 or 5 different expeditions since 1922.
There's a pretty
Bowden, and then there's that other boat there.
Next, we headed down to Dennett's Wharf to have some lobster.
We're having an enjoyable lunch out. We're getting our first lobster roll. Okay, take a bite. Tell me if it's worth it.
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Pretty good.
Not like just mind-blowing?
That's pretty good lobster. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, well that's good. Okay, well, I could go try it. Okay, the lobster roll's good. But I'm really glad I got oysters previously and the scallops previously. Because although I like the lobster, I think I like oysters and scallops better. Doesn't mean I won't eat another lobster roll, but I'm sure there's other ways to have lobster too. Maybe I'll try that. What do you think?
It's pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Better than your tuna.
The tuna was pretty darn good. But this is going to be more filling, I guess. But yeah.
After lunch, we head up to the market because we're out of milk.
Castine has put in a market first time this year. So I'm going to go check to see what kind of foods they have. Variety here. So they have onions and fresh produce. Sandwiches, all made up for those picnicking. Oh, look at this. They even have alcohol. They have lots of crackers, some soaps, more wine. I'm liking this place. Beer, some baking goods, including coffee, pastas, sauces, pet food, waters, and this is what I'm looking for. They have milk.
Thank you.
Because Eric's running out of milk. And half and half. So we are set. Coffee.
I love your strawberry shirt. Thank you.
Yeah, this is nice. This is nice that they have this. Okay, we ended up getting a gallon of milk, 3 things of half and half, a lemon, and some celery for $32. So count on each one of your items being a couple dollars more than what you're used to, but at least we got something that we needed. It is nice to have the options. And that doggy carrier does more than carry a doggy. And 2 tired people who haven't done anything for days are headed back to their boat. You can go ahead and tie your big boat up here to this dock for up to 2 hours, right?
I think that's what they said, yeah.
So if you don't want to take your dinghy in and anchor it, you can just tie your boat up.
Yeah, and there's no current in here.
There's no current in
no
here?
No current in here. Should be pretty easy to deal with, yeah.
After a long and interesting day, we head back to the boat. We both found the history of this town very interesting and would recommend it to anybody who is nearby. You can go by boat or by car. If you are enjoying our Maine adventure, please click like and subscribe and join us for the next episode.
Havaseas you next time.